Hello everyone and welcome to Dijon-Prenois in France for round 4 of the UnitedRacersLeague.com Flat6 series. We are here in France for a 45-minute sprint race around this, on the surface, quite easy, but once you look at it, very tricky track with these cars. And looking at qualifying, unfortunately a lot of drivers could not make it to France this time around, so only 6 drivers on the grid. But times were as close as ever with Mikko Korkiakoski taking the pole, only a fraction of a second in front of Lorenzo Tortella and Joona Karima. Robert Horvat was a bit over a tenth slower than those three, and then we had Peter Backus and Simon Fillingham rounding up the whole grid. Not a lot of drivers, but it was set to be an action-packed race, so let's have a look at the highlights. So here we are on the grid, with Mikko Korkiakoski on the right, Lorenzo Tortella on the left in the yellow car, who gets away best. Oh, Mikko Korkiakoski has a great start, spears off the line, and Joona Karima is able to challenge Lorenzo for P2. Can he make it stick? He's on the outside line for turn 1, but it seems he can get in front. Then we have Robert Horvat and Peter Backus hounding down Lorenzo Tortella as well. They're side by side now, going into the downhill while turning braking zone. A lot of lockups will happen here, and a slide from Peter Backus gets corrected by Robert Horvat, so lucky for him. That puts Simon Fillingham almost right up beside him, but that's the first lap action completed now, and everybody can now settle down. Let's see for the remainder of this race. So to round up lap 1, it's Mikko Korkiakoski from Joona Karima, so he gained a position. Then we have Lorenzo Tortella a bit further back, Robert Horvat then in 4th, crossing the line, and then we have Peter Backus and Simon Fillingham. So then here on lap 2, Robert Horvat could close down the gap to Lorenzo. Big lockup here, as I said, that will happen quite a lot. Joona Karima goes wide, he was the one locking up. Can Lorenzo Tortella go around the outside here in the hairpin of this track? Very tricky uphill, and then onto the power with all the weight on the back of these Flat6 cars. But side by side, can Lorenzo go around the outside? Oh, Joona goes over the curb, and Robert into the gravel, going just a bit too wide, too eager to get past there. And Peter Backus now right on his tail. And the guys taking every bit of track that they can use. Everyone is doing it, so that's evening out the playing field. But still, so we have Peter Backus behind Robert Horvat, and then in front as well, Joona Karima having a look at Lorenzo. Lorenzo defending the inside line, almost against the wall. So Joona around the outside, goes a bit too wide there, it seems, and also Peter has to slot in back behind. So that gives Mikko Korkiakoski a bit of a breathing space in the front with a small gap, and Simon Fillingham behind these two battles. Just a bit slower here on track, but let's see if he can capitalize on mistakes that will be made when driving this close wheel to wheel. Again, Lorenzo Tortella in front, trying to defend from Joona Karima, and successful at that at the moment. Robert Horvat is sizing them up, but he goes over the curb, but Joona is a bit too wide. He has the inside for the next right-hander here, so he should be fine, but going onto the straight, there will be quite a bit of drafting going on. A bit of a move. Oh, Robert goes wide, he hits off Peter Backus, and he will go into the tire barrier. Luckily he can keep going, but unfortunate accident there between Robert and Peter. Joona Karima is in 3rd spot now, hunting down Lorenzo Tortella. and then looking back, he closed down the gap to Lorenzo. Again on this long front straight. Quite a bit of drafting, cars going over 260 kilometers an hour for the braking zone into turn 1 here. And Jona again, like in lap 1, trying to go around the outside but going a bit too wide. That's going to put him into the claws of Robert Horvat. Let's see what happens. Oh, he had big enough of a gap to stay in front without any big issues. Simon Fillingham, as I said, started in last position, but after Peter Bacchus's meeting with the tire wall, he was quite a bit slower. And here's Simon making sure he avoids Peter, but then cutting across, going for the inside line. Very aggressive move there, but he now has the inside line and he will slot in front of Peter. Unfortunately, Peter will have to retire from the race with his suspension damage. He will be unable to continue the race. And then, for about 30 minutes, Lorenzo Tortella and Jona Karima could close down the gap to Mikko, so he was not able to extend it. And here we are for a three-way battle. These are the last 15 minutes of the race, and a lot of action will be coming your way in this highlights package as well. So Mikko Korkiakowski trying to defend his first position from championship leader, if I'm not mistaken, Lorenzo Tortella, or is it Mikko? And then in third position, Jona Karima, last race's winner at NOLA for the endurance round. So all of them having a good chance. These are the 3 race winners of the first 3 races of this championship. And that's Jona Karima going through around the outside into the hairpin. Very nice move, finding the grip there on the outside of the turn. Can he get past Mikko as well? He's right on his gearbox. Going through the last, very fast sweeping right-hander, sorry. To go onto the long main straight, as I said. Will they go 3 wide? Let's see. Mikko has the inside line, but he seems to be a bit slower, while Jona tries to get past Lorenzo, which seems to be working. They are 3 wide. Mikko turns in first, and then it's Jona and Lorenzo banging wheels. But they keep it clean. Jona has to stay behind for now. But this is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. We have several laps to go. As I said, 15 minutes from the end. This battle started, and it's not letting up. So Jona now a bit further back. Can he take advantage here? Oh, Mikko leaves the door open. Can Lorenzo go through? He is in front. Can he keep the position into the hairpin? Mikko brakes very, very late. Keeps the inside, and he's back through. So he keeps the lead. Both going very wide, taking every bit of track that they can. And hard over the curbs by Lorenzo. Also Mikko a bit out of shape. So can Jona take advantage? Lorenzo is here on the inside, very, very close. Side by side through the last turn. That will put Jona a bit wide here for the exit onto main straight, but can he slot in behind? We saw Simon doing this to Peter. He's not as close, but can he make a move? And as you could see in the background, maybe Robert Horvat could take advantage of these guys battling tooth and nail to come back and challenge for a podium spot as well. So let's see what the result of this is. Now a bit of a gap for Mikko. And Lorenzo has to defend Mikko, locking up quite a lot here, especially on this track. Oh, Jona going a bit wide. Will that put Robert in front? Here they are again. Now it's Lorenzo going wide, so Robert couldn't make it through. And again, very, very close to the gearbox of Lorenzo here by Jona, riding, looking from his rooftop from the camera. Look up the inside from Jona, putting Lorenzo under pressure to go a bit wide. Can he take the advantage here through the last fast section and then onto the straight. Of course, turn 1 the best passing opportunity, but we saw passes into the hairpin and more or less everywhere already, so very good driving by these drivers here. Oh, Mika goes super defensive. Can Lorenzo make a pass around the outside? Jona has proven that it is possible. He keeps it there, very nicely done, but Mika has a bit better traction here. Tires will start to get worn as well. It's also a factor that comes into play. Oh, a bit of a hit there for Lorenzo, and Jona now taking advantage, getting past Lorenzo. Can he get past Mika as well to take the lead? Again, that outside line through the hairpin seems to be a bit fast. He's on the inside now for the next left-hander, Jona. Over the curb, and he puts himself in front. Mika had to take a bit of avoiding action there, but still, Jona Karima back in front. So after winning at Nola, he's now in first position. But of course, as I said, this battle is far from over. And as you can see there, Robert Horvat is right on their tail. Let's see what happens here. Mika going for the late move into turn 1. Jona going very wide, and he will lose the position to Lorenzo, or will he not? Yes, he will. So no, sorry. Lorenzo has to stay behind for now. Very flowing circuit here. Up and down. Oh, and a bit of a bump there. Robert trying to go off the track on the inside. He cuts across a bit too early, and oh, that's drama for Jona and Robert. And did I say already, this is the last lap, so everyone was getting very desperate. So Jona and Robert in a collision in the last lap. Big drama there. And that means that Mika Korkiakowski, rounding up the final corner, will take the win here at Dijon, followed by Lorenzo Tortella. Robert Horvat will take 3rd position, and Jona Karima 4th, with some special mention to Simon Finningham. He lost his splitter once again, but made it to the end of the race to claim some good points for the team. So as we saw, Lorenzo Tortella less than a second behind Mika Korkiakowski, then Robert and Jona. And there were apologies from Robert to Jona on the forum after the race for that late move. He cut across a bit too early, didn't see him in the mirrors, and that's that. But very good racing, although with only 6 drivers. But next week we will go to Adelaide, another very challenging circuit with these cars. High curbs, very close walls, so a race of attrition with many more drivers. Let's us expect, and it will be a good race for sure around this tricky track in Australia. So stay tuned. Join us at unitedracersleague.com, and if you want to watch these highlights videos when they come out, make sure to subscribe or join us on Facebook to get all the latest info on our league. See you next week.